The year is 1974. The young man, fresh from the battlefields of Vietnam, steps off a plane and onto American soil. He's home. His family greets him with hugs and tears, relieved to have their soldier back. Yet, something feels different. America, it seems, has moved on while he was away. The music is louder, the clothes are brighter, and the mood is lighter. The Vietnam War had deeply divided the nation, leaving many veterans feeling misunderstood and unappreciated. The veterans carried invisible scars, the weight of their experiences etched deep within. As the 1970s unfolded, a new cultural phenomenon swept across America: disco. Born from the underground clubs of New York City, disco was more than just a music genre. It was a cultural movement, an explosion of energy and liberation. Discotheques, with their pulsating lights, glittering disco balls, and infectious beats, became the epicenters of this new era. Disco music, with its four-on-the-floor beat and catchy melodies, provided an irresistible invitation to move. The dance floor became a melting pot of cultures and backgrounds where social barriers seemed to dissolve. For many Americans, disco was a welcome distraction from the political and economic turmoil of the time. The Vietnam War had left a deep scar on the nation's psyche, and the Watergate scandal had eroded trust in government. Disco offered an escape from these anxieties, a chance to let loose and embrace the moment. The rise of disco coincided with a period of significant social change. The America that veterans returned to was a nation in the midst of profound social and cultural transformation. The Vietnam War, a divisive conflict that had polarized the nation, cast a long shadow over the decade. The anti-war movement had challenged traditional notions of patriotism and authority, leaving many veterans feeling misunderstood and alienated. The Watergate scandal further eroded public trust in government, creating a sense of disillusionment and cynicism. The civil rights movement, which had gained significant momentum in the 1960s, continued to push for racial equality and social justice. The women's liberation movement was also gaining traction, challenging gender roles and expectations. These movements, while advocating for positive change, also contributed to a sense of societal upheaval and uncertainty. The economic landscape was also undergoing a period of significant change. The oil crisis of 1973 exacerbated these problems, leading to high gas prices and long lines at the pumps. For veterans returning from war, these societal shifts could be disorienting. Section 4. Lost in the groove. Veterans navigate a new era. The veterans, accustomed to the camaraderie and shared purpose of military life, often found themselves adrift in this new landscape. The transition back to civilian life was challenging enough, but the cultural shift added another layer of complexity. Many struggled to relate to the carefree attitudes and hedonistic pursuits of the disco era. The music that blared from every club and radio station felt alien to their ears. Some veterans, however, found solace in the anonymity of the dance floor. Disco, with its emphasis on individuality and self-expression, allowed them to shed their uniforms and prescribed roles. The pulsating rhythms and energetic movements provided a release, a temporary escape from the invisible scars they carried. Yet for many, the transition was fraught with challenges. Section 5. Silent struggles. The unseen scars of change. The veterans carried their experiences with them, etched deep within their hearts and minds. The horrors they had witnessed, the friends they had lost, the moral dilemmas they had faced. These memories didn't simply fade with time. Post-traumatic stress disorder, a term not widely recognized or understood at the time, affected countless veterans. The symptoms, anxiety, depression, insomnia, hypervigilance, often went undiagnosed and untreated. The stigma surrounding mental health issues, particularly among men, prevented many veterans from seeking help. The cultural climate of the time did little to ease their struggles. Many veterans turned to unhealthy coping mechanisms to numb the pain. Alcohol and drug abuse became prevalent, providing temporary relief but ultimately exacerbating their problems. Section 6. The beat goes on, disco's legacy and veterans. As the disco era faded into history, its impact on veterans remained complex and multifaceted. For some, it offered a brief respite from their troubles, a chance to lose themselves in the music and camaraderie of the dance floor. For others, it represented a period of alienation and disconnect. Disco's legacy, however, extends beyond its immediate impact on veterans. The cultural shifts it embodied, the emphasis on individuality, the embrace of diversity, the challenge of traditional norms, continued to shape American society. The rise of disco coincided with the growing visibility and empowerment of marginalized communities. For veterans, the legacy of disco is intertwined with their own personal journeys of healing and reintegration. Section 7. Reflections in the Mirror Ball. Looking back at the disco era through the lens of veterans' experiences offers a poignant reminder of the enduring impact of war and the challenges of navigating a rapidly changing world. The disco ball, once a symbol of carefree abandon, becomes a reflective surface, mirroring the complexities and contradictions of a turbulent era. The stories of veterans who lived through this time serve as a testament to the resilience of the human spirit and the enduring power of community. They remind us that behind the dazzling lights and infectious rhythms, there were real people grappling with real struggles. The disco era may be long gone, but its lessons continue to resonate. It reminds us of the importance of empathy and understanding, of bridging the divides that separate us. As we